Eric Von Mason is cooking shit up.
What is going on? It's time for the Heatwave Spotlight. It's been a minute. I'm your boy, JDM, Jason Dowdy Music. And if any of you were at the last Tournament of Fire, which I had the honor of judging, um, this amazing producer took the crown. And you know him as Deez Keyz, and he's here with us today. He won Fresh Produce in his hometown. He just completed a course with Andrew Huang, his production class and all of that. I think it's Wang. He'll correct me. He'll say his name the right way. But let me bring him on. What's up, Deez Keyz? What's
up?
happening? How do you pronounce his name? Andrew Huang? Wang?
It's Andrew Hong.
Hong? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. I knew I was going to get that wrong. My apologies.
It's all right.
So you had some incredible music for the Tournament of Fire, and the one I remember the most was I think you sampled, I want to say it was that Kate Bush like Stranger Things song.
Yeah, it was Kate Bush. Dang, I almost forgot the name of the song. It was a Kate Bush song.
Yeah,
it was on Stranger Things.
I mean, I know it's from the 80s. I think it's like Run Up the Hill or something. I think that's the name of it, if I remember right.
Yeah, Running Up That Hill. That's what it's called.
Running Up That Hill.
Kate Bush Running Up That Hill. Yeah, that's
Dude,
what I did.
that one floored me. I mean, you know, there were some other ones that floored me as well, but that one, like the way you took, like you kept switching the sample from sped up to like, you know, her natural voice, kind of like back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't even know how to explain. You're one of those producers that, you know, I listen to and I'm like, I have no idea how they did any of this, and I don't even know how to compliment you. So amazing work there.
Thank you very much.
So where is your hometown? Let's start there.
My hometown was in like Bonner Springs. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It's close by Kansas City, but now I live in Kansas City, Missouri. So now I'm in Kansas City.
Okay, Kansas City, Missouri. All right, cool. Oh, somebody else joined our stream. Black Diamond WC.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who that is? And do you want to bring him on? Nope.
I don't
Okay.
know who that is. I don't know.
All right, cool. Well, sorry, Black Diamond. I just don't know who you are. So, hey, write a message in the private chat and let me know who you are, and we'll see about that. All right. So in the Kansas City, Missouri area, and not Kansas City, Kansas. Are there two parts of Kansas City?
There's two parts of Kansas City. There's Kansas City, Kansas.
All right.
And there's Kansas City, Missouri. I'm on the Missouri side, so yeah, I don't know why people are sticklers about that.
Is the Missouri? I think the Missouri side has more people, though, right? Like,
yeah, the Missouri side has more people.
All right. Are you on the Patrick Mahomes train? You a Chiefs fan?
I'm not a I don't get involved in that.
Not involved with that. All right.
I'm not trying to get involved in that. I don't talk about that.
All right, fair enough.
There's a lot of family members, a lot of feuds, a lot of Raiders fans, a lot of Dallas Cowboys fans. I won't comment about any of those.
All right, fair enough. I just keep seeing memes pop up in my feed about the refs and him, so I don't know. I ain't gonna talk about that either. Then I don't
about Kate Perry and everything.
Yeah. All right, we won't start now then. So how long have you been? When did you get started in producing? How long have you been doing it?
I actually started during the pandemic. That's when I actually started getting serious. I used to be in metal bands and funk bands before that, so I I had to stop doing band stuff, and I couldn't hold my bands together anymore. I was like, no, I can't do this anymore now. I had to do something on the production side because most of the time when we went into the studio, I was up there helping the producer out, and I was like, no, do this, and do that. Then after that, I was like, okay, I need to actually take my time and learn how to actually do the production side of things.
Okay. That was going to be one of my questions. You call yourself Deez Keyz. Do you play the keys?
Yes, I do.
That'd be messed up.
Yeah, I do.
I'm Deez Keyz and you don't play nothing, or you
Yeah,
play
no,
like
I
the
don't.
oboe.
Yeah, I play the keyboard, the actual keyboard.
Do you play a
Nah,
guitar? Do you ever play a
yeah,
guitar?
yes, I do. I play a guitar. I had a Roland. I had basically all the good Rolands that you think. The AX7, the AX, and the AX1. I had all the guitars that you think of, and then I also had the Elise's Vortex 1 and 2. And then now the current one, the only one that I have now left over out of those is the Elise's Vortex 2, which is
Mhm.
it made it easier to play because you can hop around and the keys won't like slam. And you know how like when you hit on the piano, like all the chords together, all the keys together makes that weird noise.
Yep,
Yeah,
yep.
that's what happens if you jump around with a guitar. If you don't have those kind of keys that don't like you can jump and bounce around, they won't get pushed down when you jump around. So I stuck with the Vortex after that.
Okay. So you're like part performer as well, sounds like.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
yeah,
Got an artist background, some metal. But your production is doesn't necessarily follow a specific genre. It sounds like you just open your mind and create whatever sounds good, right?
yeah. I just try to push and see what else I can do to it and add different stuff to it, and just see what sound good together. And like, yes, that feels good together.
What's the craziest thing you've ever seen happen at a show?
uh. Uh, like somebody flipped their guitar. I was playing on the keyboards behind them because I had a stand. It's like a stand that like leans towards you.
Uh-huh.
Somebody flipped. He flipped this guitar, hit somebody's drink. The drink hit me, and then the guitar hit my keyboard and knocked everything down. I was just like, oh shoot, okay. I didn't even know he was gonna flip his guitar around like that. Yeah, that's the most craziest thing so far.
Everybody was okay though? Nobody
Yeah,
got hurt?
everybody was okay. I was lucked out. I was like, yes, none of my equipment got wet. I was very happy.
Alright, cool, cool. Oh, I see, I'm looking at the chats now. I'm just gonna see if there's any questions that have popped up. Oh, "Run It Up the Hill," that's what Pat Carney says, so, Fiction knew the name of that song right away. We got
Yep.
Salters. What's up, Salters? What's up, Pat? Saya the Mode is in the house. He's saying hello. All right, no questions so far. So I'm gonna ask my questions, which is good because I want time for my questions anyway. So, who would you say are your biggest musical influences?
Actually, mine influences aren't everybody else's influences.
No, it's good.
It's I have some weird influence. Like I go through phases. So like mine influences were like Children of Bodom or like everybody loves Timbo, but I mean he's good at what he does. I was like, there's
Mhm.
nothing to say about that. Missy Elliott, all the like the old school stuff, and then like I don't know the Parliament. I can go all the way back. Like how far back do you go? And what year do you want me to go in? I have my from every genre and from every year. I
Yeah.
I have my selective people that I like.
Well, let me ask you this. We'll put it this way. This will help narrow it down. If you could meet any musician, dead or alive, who would be towards the give me I don't think you could pick one. Give me your top, like, 3.
I had to go Prince, Michael Jackson, and then let me pick my third one. Alexi Leho. There we go.
Wow, okay. I don't even know who Alexi Leho is.
He is the lead singer for Children of Bodom. Well, he's the lead guitarist and lead singer, but he during the pandemic is when he was passed away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're like, if they're living, I still got a chance, so I'm gonna pick all the ones that have passed on.
Yeah, that was it. Everybody that passed on, you have to pick one of those.
All right, cool. I'm gonna check the chat real quick. Any other good producers that you collaborate out there? Do you collaborate with anybody in
I
your
collab
production?
with whoever I can collab with. Brain got Blaps. I'm about to start collabing with him.
Mm-hmm.
Boomer Naughty, me and him already collab. We got stuff in the works, but he's always busy.
Yeah, you are
Yeah,
naming
yeah,
some dope producers right now. You have good taste.
yeah. Let me think who else. I have my own stuff in the works, but it's like it's other people's stuff. It's their stuff. It's the artist stuff. So I just create stuff from scratch for them. They just give me the ideas, and I just put it on the piece of paper for them, and then I send it home with them, and they'll write whatever they want to it, and then bring it back to me, and then I'll fix it up, and back and forth. It's feeding each other, all bouncing the music ideas off each other.
Okay. I have a couple of questions from the group, and I'm going to get to it. Mike Melendez and Pat asked a couple of questions. I'm going to get to that, but I want to stay on this artist thing just for a minute. What do you look for in an artist? Like, do you just work with anybody with money, or
No.
are you selective? And if you're selective, what makes you want to work with an artist?
Either they gotta have an open mind. I don't like. I'm sorry, but a lot of people are like, I want to sound like this. I want to sound like this. I don't want you to sound like anybody else. I mean, sound like yourself. Like if you say you want to sound like yourself, and you can work with me, because you got to
Okay.
find yourself along the journey. I have to do it too with you. So it's when you want to say like, I want to sound like Drake. Drake's already been done. Why are we doing Drake stuff? Just saying.
Gotcha. So like originality and being true to who you are is most
Yeah.
important to you for an artist. Okay. What if they
That's the
can't rap or sing?
We're gonna Nelly Vanilli that thing. We'll make it work.
You can nowadays.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was like, we'll make it work.
if there's feeling there, you can pitch it and tune it, and I mean, put it in rhythm or whatever.
Yeah, put it right in time with it. Like, there you go. You work on that rhythm. I'm gonna put in time for you. You work on that. Give them little homework projects to work on.
All right, so let me. What's up, Drew Burford, Brainiac the Maniac? So let me get to their questions real quick. Let me look. I know Mike Melendez had a question. I got to scroll back up. He wanted to know what DAW you use, what digital audio workstation you use.
I used specifically a cardboard box. It's the 8x8. I'm just saying.
No, you don't. We've all heard your music.
I used Ableton. It's like I started out in FL. I was part of the FL gang, and then I switched over to Reason. I tried all the DAWs like Bitwig because I used to work for musician friends, and I got like discounts for that. So I was like, all right, let me get this DAW. Let me get this DAW. Let me try this one out. And everyone has like each DAW has its thing where it makes it easy for you to use, and each one makes it difficult for you to use. Like Ableton, that's my main one that I use. That has a horrible piano roll. I'm not gonna lie to you, but FL has a better piano roll, and so does Mixcraft, which nobody in here probably uses Mixcraft. Mixcraft has a good piano roll too that nobody even thinks about using. But I'm thinking about using that FL Studio as a plugin for Ableton because you can use it as a plugin.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's use two DAWs at once, basically.
Yep, it's $2 at once. I seen Vidal. No, his name not Vidal. His name is Wild but Sober, and he
Okay.
uses both. He uses FL Studio and Ableton back and forth. I have no idea how he does it, but it's crazy.
So let me ask you this: what made you choose Ableton? What does it do that made you make that your main DAW?
They have lots of plugins that you can like Max for Live instruments. It just made an infinite amount of stuff that you can get for Max for Live. Like I don't know what I mean, like auto panning, anything, any plugin that you own, you could build it in Ableton if you want to with Max for Live. And you can
Okay.
do the thing in FL Studio too, but you have to take your time and actually build it in there. But I've seen people do it, but still, you could do it.
Yeah. No, that makes from a live musician, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And for
Ableton.
live use, that was another reason too, because I used to make click tracks in Ableton. I start the track up and I don't have to switch patches, even like for guitarists and stuff. They could do the same thing in Ableton too. It's mainly for live purposes. I think that was the main reason why I got it actually, was for the live purposes. So I don't have to switch sounds up while playing and it'll do it automatically.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Fiction wants to know how long you've been playing the keys.
Uh, Probably since I was little, probably around like 8 or something, 8 or 9. Yeah,
Okay.
I had to play in the church next to my grandma, who was an organist. So yeah, she was. If you if you want to see a whole bunch of keys being played, there you go. With their feet moving, she had her feet moving, and she had two racks. I was just like, all right. I was like, I ain't gonna be able to keep up with that. She's like, you gonna learn, you gonna learn. I was like, all right, grandma.
That's awesome. Well, it comes through in your production. Obviously, you could tell like when a live musician produces something. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like a lot of production that I do or some other people in the group do are more like loop based, right? We come up with a dope 8 or 16 bars and build off of that.
Yeah.
Yours is more of a journey.
That's
Like,
my problem. That's probably from doing 30-minute challenges and trying to come up with something and trying to hurry up and get done with the ideas. That's the reason why people are like, you need to stick to one idea. Your ideas, you got this one, you got a whole bunch of great ideas in one song. I'm like, yeah, that's what I do. I'm like, might as well try to explore every kind of idea that you can with this one song and just get it out and then take what parts that you want out of it.
right. Yeah, that's I have a friend who's a stand-up comedian, and it's kind of the same thought. Like, he won't do certain jokes when he knows the audience won't get them. So,
Hmm.
like, Heatwave as your audience, you can put all your ideas in, and we're gonna be like appreciating it and loving it and all that, right? But then there's like the main, to reach a broader audience, it's better probably to stay with one idea. So I guess
Yeah.
that's a good segue into Salter's question. He wants to know like how important is the business side of producing to you?
Uh, I'm not in the business side of the producing stuff. I'm mostly, I just make music for myself, and then music, I do it on selective stuff. Like for if somebody asks me, if they come to me, if people come to me, I'll do the music with them, and then we'll work on something and do some business with it. But it's important. I mean, whatever people are trying to do, they need to like just do it and get it done.
Mhm.
If you're taking it from a business aspect from it, just get whatever the client wants. If you can't produce it for them, then send them off to somebody else. I mean, it ain't gonna hurt you any. If you or you just probably need to learn some more or something. That's just my opinion, but hey,
Nah, I think that's a refreshing opinion, right? Like, there's a lot of people out there trying to make producing for a living or all of that, and in today's world it's hard to do, and you're going to spend a lot more time um networking, getting the name out there. You're going to spend a lot more time crafting emails, being on social media, and like doing all of this other stuff
mhm,
besides music. So I think there comes a point to where you got to be like, okay, what's more important to me? The creativity, the outlet I get from making music, the getting my emotions out there, getting my ideas out, or the business side. Um, and I think if you make that choice and stick with it, you're going to be happier,
yeah,
right?
because it
um,
drains a lot of people. It'll drain you. Like
yep.
trying to get stuff on deadlines and trying to get stuff done before a certain time, it'll drain you. If you if you're
Yeah,
not in
that's
the
true
right
too.
mindset or have a certain work ethic, it'll drain you.
Yeah. So let me ask this. Do you have any let's pretend that like in the chat right now, let's say there's somebody in there that is trying out production, just starting out. Maybe they just got their DAW a month ago and they're trying to figure
Hmm.
things out. What advice would you give them, like a new producer that's just trying to learn the ropes?
If you just learn your DAW in and out, that's like try to work in the bare minimum that you can, because that'll teach you how to really expand on what you have. If you have the less like using Audacity when you only have like limited number of tracks and you can't really do good chopping, like try to work with the bare minimum and then figure out how you're going to advance from that, because you'll find you'll hit a limit. Like if you start out with something that you need, like there's a DAW that only gives you 4 tracks, you'll figure out how to use those 4 tracks to the max. As soon as you reach that, go on to the next thing and try to figure out another way of using those 4 tracks and how to mix those 4 tracks, or how to do like keep going on to the next thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what I was saying. It's like try to grow as you create.
Don't try to do it all at once.
Yeah, don't try to do it all. And always start with the drums. Learn how to use the drums. I mean, well, learn. I would just learn drum grooves if I was starting out fresh. I'd be like, hey, learn drum grooves. Listen to people's drum loops. Listen to everything that you can about drums, because I started out in keys, so my weakness is my drums. It took me a while to get them up to speed because I had to listen and watch tutorials, and it's so boring.
That is part of it. That is part of it.
Yeah.
I know a question that everybody wants to know. Do you ever do any tutorials?
No, I have not yet.
Okay. Oh, is it
But
something you might consider, might think about doing?
yeah, I'm probably gonna do tutorials on how to speed up your production and how to use the things that you got, or how to get free stuff basically, and use the free stuff to your max advantage.
Yeah, I agree with that. I know all of us have been caught in the I need the next great sound when you already have it and you just don't know
Yep.
how to make it.
Yep.
So, and then you waste all of your money and you're broke and your production still doesn't sound that good.
Yep.
So, do you get into sound design, like
Oh yes.
oscillators, LFOs, all that?
I had to learn sound design because I wanted to make my own lead. And after I started learning that, I was like, oh, wow, this is the same thing as the production side of things, except for it's in a DAW, which you can see everything. On a keyboard, when you have a Korg or if you have a Roland, you have to actually go into the settings and tweak everything, and then like cut off the attack, release, decay, and sustain. Like you have to actually go through those and adjust them per patch and per
Yeah.
sound and oscillator. It just was a lot difficult on the keyboard. Then that's when I started getting on the computer. I was like, finally, I can actually do like the stuff. I can actually pay attention, like do the work that I need to do to make these sounds on the computer, because it's easier than it is
Yeah.
on the doing it on the DAW.
See, you were producing before you even thought you were producing, it sounds like.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, I was producing the hard way. And on hardware where it's so difficult to do anything.
All right, cool. Well, let's hear some of your music. I mean, we've been talking for 25 minutes. I haven't even played one of your songs yet. So,
Okay.
which one do you want me to play first? Perks and D and
Yeah, you can play Perks and DMB.
all right, Perks and DMB. All right, cool. Let me I'm going to share a tab. Everybody who's watching this now, let me know how this sounds. Give me a thumbs up if this sounds okay. I'm going to try sharing a tab. And if that doesn't work, we'll switch to video, but just want to give this a shot. All right, Chrome tab. Also share the audio. All right, here we go. Woo! All right, hold up. Stop sharing. Damn. All right. Lots of questions. Everybody wants to know how you made that. Oh, I think your mic's muted. I don't know if I muted it or if you muted it
Oh no,
yourself.
I muted it myself.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Okay, it's not really a secret. It's very simple. It sounds very complicated, but it's not.
Okay.
Gather all your perks into one track. Put auto panning on it. After you do that, add beat repeat on there and mess around with it and record it. Run another track, record it, and then select all the chops that you really like from it, and then add just a strong kick and snare to it. That's all you have to really do.
Okay. Will you, if you're doing tutorials?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It seemed like I make it seem like so easy, but
If,
like seriously, that's it, like the auto panning and the beat repeat stacked
yeah.
on top of another drum set. Well, it's not even another drum set. It's just a straight the kick and the snare. And if you have them
Right.
set together, it creates the panning will be done by the perks and stuff up top, and then all you hear is the kick and stuff. You can throw that in the auto pan too, but the kick and snare you'll hear it move around too. It'll stay in both of the same ears. They'll stay in the same pocket, and then everything else will go around you. I just like stuff that like travels.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, in FL Studio, there's a plugin called Panomatic that I think is that version of auto panning. I don't know what beat repeat is. Is that an
Beat
Ableton thing?
repeat. Yeah, it's an Ableton thing. I don't know if you guys have that in FL Studio, but beat repeat will repeat the. That's where you get stutters like
Oh, that's where
stutters
that's
stuff.
how you do that.
Yeah, and beat repeat repeats that section again of that whatever was played last into it. So it'll play it in eighth notes or either 16th notes or whatever how you set it. You go like that in
Okay.
pattern. So when you're listening to it and you have auto pan running through that and you listen to it and it's
Mhm.
like it's throwing all the sounds around you, so it doesn't give you like it doesn't sound like it's just stable, static right in front of you.
Right. Yes. Okay. All right. DJD Live is like, yes, gems. That's what I'm talking about.
It's weird stuff that I like to like discovered later on. I was like, oh, this is nice. I was like, wow, this makes your perks way different than anything. And then
Yeah.
also, if you want to become, I mean, if you want to do it even more than that, if you put the perks in there and you have, there's like a decay beat repeat too, and it goes do 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 do, like it'll pitch downward as it's playing. If you do
As
it
it
on
repeats.
perks, yeah, as it beats to the next thing. If you do it on the perks, it doesn't like it makes it sound like you're doing a lot of control with it, like I don't know, it gives it a like a weird effect, but it's pretty cool. Like try it out. Like
Beat repeat. I gotta find out what like the FL Studio equivalent of beat repeat is. I know like Looperator will do some of that, but I I don't remember being able to set like you could set it to repeat on the beat or
yeah,
halftime or
you can set it.
triplet,
Yeah,
but
you can set it to like that.
hold on, let's see if anybody chimes up in the chat.
Yeah, does
How
anybody
can we
know
do
the
beat repeat
equivalent to
in FL Studio? We'll see
Gross
if
Beat
anybody
does
knows.
that? He's
And we got something. We got something
EVM
called
said Gross Beats does that
yeah.
also.
Oh, Shaperbox does it. Okay. All right. Cool. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, EVM. Appreciate that. I'm gonna look into all that. All right. Cool. Cool. 'Cause I know Boomer Naughty does some of that too. I hear some stutters and repeats like that in his stuff.
Yeah, me and him are in the same town, so he's my homie.
All right. All right. Well,
Me
that
and
makes
him,
sense.
yeah, we've
That
been
makes sense.
battling each other. That's the reason why I said, and like I was excited when I won. I won my first like battle, hometown battle against Boominati because me and Boominati used to battle online all the time, and everywhere he went, I mean, like everywhere he went, I usually end up losing or even not even make it into the draft. That's how bad it was, and it really sucked because I was like, my stuff needs to be at least halfway decent.
Wait, is your home? Would you count your hometown as Kansas City, or are you talking about your little town that you live in, like
Oh no,
actually live
just
in?
no, just from Kansas City, just
Oh,
Kansas City.
okay. All right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say this is like the like hotbed of producer talent in like a town of like 2,000 people. I was just
yeah. It was like I don't know if anybody knows D Dot. Yeah, D Dot too.
D Dot.
Yeah, I learned from. I mean, like anybody, I just need to ask questions or something. Like, hey, check this out. See if you can help me out.
Are there any like I know Janelle Monáe, but are there any other major artists out of Kansas City? Just curious.
Besides Tech Nine.
Tech Nine. Okay, all right.
Yeah, I don't
I was
know
just
anybody.
curious.
I haven't known like in Kansas. I think Kansas. Well, never mind. That doesn't count as. Well, I don't know. I don't know any others. I don't know that
I'm an
many.
I grew up in Oklahoma, so I'm in the same boat. I remember like Color Me Bad, I think was from there. Like I can't. I don't know anybody from Oklahoma there besides country, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, Charlie Wilson, like the Gap Band, they're from there.
Mm,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah, they're from
Charlie
Tulsa.
Wilson. Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually I do love me some Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson can damn sing.
Yeah, not a lot out of there. Oh yeah, yep. DJD Live's like D Dot's a monster. All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, maybe we'll get him in a Tournament of Fire one of these days.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully
He's
one I'm not
crazy.
in.
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Well, let's play another song. Let's go ahead and hop into it. You want Synthwave or do you want 100 Don't Drop It?
You can do synthwave.
Okay, cool. Let me share
Just
that
something
tab.
relaxing.
Okay. All right, Synthwave. Here we go. Were you even alive in the 80s?
Yes, I was.
Okay, I'm just curious. Because I'm old as hell, and I remember when I was when I was a little kid. My dad's a musician too, but he had two Rolands, like little Roland silver boxes, and I'm too young to remember if it was an 808 or whatever. Which ones he
TR?
had? Yeah, like a TR 808 or something. But he had one for drums and he had one for bass, and he called the drums Animal and he called the bass one Who. And some of those drum sounds reminds me of that silver Roland box.
Oh yes, actually, if you really want all those sounds, I'm about to drop another one. Okay, so somebody went around and sampled. Oh wait, there's two things I can tell you. Somebody ran around and sampled all the drum machines, and it's actually on Reverb Nation, and you can get all the drum patches from those, the TR-808, the TR, the TD, like all the stuff the digital drum hardware. Somebody sampled them all and gave it away for free on Reverb. It's still on there too, so you can get all those sounds from there.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yep.
Dropping gems.
Yep. I was like, and it's a big pack too. So there's like
Yeah.
endless drums in there.
You know where I found good drums? There's a Reddit. There's a subreddit where you can look up just like any drum pack. Oh man, what's it called? Hold up. Somebody will probably say in the chat. They probably know where to find these free drums. I'm looking it up because I only go. I never use Reddit except this. Okay, so drum kits. So r/drum kits. Go there and just search for any drum kit you want. You know, based on like an artist or trap or whatever, you know, genre, whatever it is.
Hmm.
All right, cool. Well, I don't see any other
He
questions in
said
the
he
chat.
Manny wanted to know what guitar lead that is.
Oh,
That's
good.
actually from Shreddage. Not Shreddage. Yeah, it is Shreddage. It's like a spin-off of Shreddage. I don't think it's like Shreddage is the name of the thing.
And I remember
They
one. I remember one of your beats in Tournament of Fire is I said it sounded like you were on top of a mountain with the wind blowing with your
Oh
guitar
yeah.
going.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Shreddage 3. That's the name of it. Yeah,
Shreddage 3.
but it's I mean like people can get the guitar sounds, but if you don't play them right, they won't sound that good. They'll sound like it's just like but you can Shreddage sounds really good. And also if you can find any VST with a guitar, I usually try to find good VSTs that work with. I had Shreddage 3 Hydra for that lead sound for that one, for the guitar sound, and for my lead sound, it's too. I forgot. It's basically based off of Jens Johansson. He's from Stradivarius. It's like another lead sound. But if you ever listen to them, it's just a generic lead sound that you run through a whole bunch of effects pedals. So overdrive, distortion. You have to adjust all the distortion, and then an amp simulator. That's it.
Okay.
For any lead that you can throw any lead there that's a sine wave, or either add two oscillators, take 1 3 semitones up, and then throw a distortion oscillator and any kind of effects that you want on it, and you can play it. If you legato it, it won't pick up extra notes. So if you try to play a chord, it won't play it. So if you have it legato or mono and legato, it'll run like it'll run much better. The notes sound smoother. It sounds like you're playing something. Yeah, the notes sound smoother with that way.
That would be another great tutorial. Like
Yeah.
sound design on like how you put that in. What do you use for like if you're creating a sound from scratch, like a synth sound? What do you is it like Serum or Omnisphere or what do you use?
I have Omnisphere. I have that for some of the patches, but there's some just generic stuff that I use. Shreddage and Omnisphere is the two that I use for the lead sounds for that song. But I have used other leads, which are just regular sine leads, and they sound just as good too. Um, and then I just throw the stock Ableton stuff on there to create the sound that I need, depending on what the genre is.
Oh, okay. So you might use a preset and then adjust it to whatever you need it.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever
All
I
right.
need it for.
That makes sense. I've just been getting into sound design lately with Serum. I use Serum all the time. So if you ever create any tutorials on that, I'd love to watch that.
I do need to just start creating tutorials for like how to do this really fast as possible.
I mean, you don't have to.
Nah.
But if you did, we would all appreciate it. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, Tank Knows Best has a question. Let's see. Where you at in Kansas City? Why haven't we crossed paths?
Because I'm always in the studio.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So Tank Knows Best. Do you know him? You ever heard
I heard of Tank before, but I don't know him like personally. I haven't met him
All right.
in RL real life. Probably online. Yeah, I probably have.
Okay. Cool. Well, hey, maybe IRL was coming up one of these days.
Yeah.
You'll probably face him in the next produce battle.
Fresh produce.
Fresh produce. There you go. All right. Cool. All right. Let me see. What else? Okay. So earlier, I did want to bring this up. Earlier, when we were talking before the interview started, and we were just kind of doing the sound check and everything. You mentioned you came up with some good advice on buying plugins.
Oh.
Like, can you share that with the group?
Okay, everybody, whatever plugin that you want, wait for Black Friday always, but also put it in your cart and then just let it sit there. Just let it sit in your cart and they'll send you a coupon because they really want you to buy the item. You'll get a coupon and then stack it up with Black Friday and then you'll get an extreme discount. That's how you get your VSTs really cheap and good prices.
There you go. That's a gem right there. I always wait for Black Friday, but I didn't think about leaving it in the cart.
Yeah, leave it in the cart. Seriously, just leave it in the cart. Don't buy it. Not yet until it's time.
Even with FL Studio, like I started with the basic edition and then waited for Black Friday and went to producer. And then waited for Black Friday the next year and then went to signature. So
Yep.
this year I'm gonna go to all the plugins.
That's what I did for Ableton. I was like, wait for it. There it is. All right.
All right, cool. Well, let's play your last one. This one's called 100 Don't Drop. Wait, don't drop. I can't read the rest of
Oh,
it.
don't drop it. That's 1 minute. I usually put stuff either 1:30 or 1 minute.
Oh, that's kind of the battle format, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like for
it's
a lot of
1:30
places.
or 1 minute.
All right, cool. Well, let me share the tab and let's get into it. There we go. 100 Don't Drop It. Let's go. Damn.
Now you're starting to hear it, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah. Woo. Though the breaks. So you know what you're good at? Well, yeah, you know what you're good at, but I'm going to say it. One thing you're good at is like crafting your breaks where like you'll solo an instrument for a little bit and then bring in the whole orchestration and then like something will be going on in the right ear by itself and then you know what I mean, like your arrangement, your composition, and your sound selection is incredible. So yeah, hey, I knew how to compliment you this time. Hey, that's good.
It's the arrangement. I mean, like, yeah, it's arrangement. I do like
It's
the
arrangement.
Yeah, it's arrangement. Yeah, yeah, you can do stuff. Just listen to it, and then like find out your like whatever you want to do. Stack as much sounds as you can into one sound, and then after that, listen really, really, really close. Like put your ears into it, and then figure out what sounds are the strongest, and then take out everything else and use those strong sounds and pan those left to right, or use them solo by themselves, and then expand on from there. That's what that's what I do. And then
Yeah.
a whole bunch of chops in my project. It's just me deleting stuff.
There's the gems right there. That hold on, let's see what people are saying to that one. Yeah, that's the gems right there. Like I think most producers, especially early on in their career, are good at the kitchen sink part, right? Throwing everything in their beats, but the kitchen sink,
Yeah.
right? But there's the art to picking out the right sounds, removing all of that, and then making your cuts to where, you know, this particular little thing will catch your ear here. This will catch your ear here.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, like
Listen.
listen and cut.
Listen and cut. Yeah, that's basically
Yeah.
listen and cut. Because if you know a snare, if you're not going to hear the snare, what's the use of the snare being there? Like seriously, just take out the snare and
Yeah.
like have that sound, whatever sounds overshadowing the snare, put that sound there, and then it should take over, and then go on to the next thing. Do it in 5-bar increments. So And after that, do it in 10 bar and listen to it, and then they keep on expanding that way, and then you should be good. I mean, that's what I do all the time.
That's interesting. You didn't say 4 and 8. You went with 5 and 10.
Yeah, go 5. That
All
way you
right.
can see where the transition's going.
Oh, I got you.
Like,
I
so if
got
you
you.
have a transition, you can go to the next, and you're like, oh, okay, I see it.
All right, cool. Well, I think your video froze up. I don't know why, but hey, I think
There we go.
oh, there you go. All right, cool. I want to see if there's any more questions in the chat real quick. All right, Boomer Naughty's in the house. Oh, you're saying what's up? All right, cool. Champ is here. Ear Candy. Teach us. All right, lots of great stuff. Lots of
You
great
play
stuff in
too
here.
much Boomer.
Got some stank face going on. All right, but I don't see any questions. So let me get to our last stuff. Oh, actually, I do have one more question because we were talking about Black Friday and all of that. Is there anything that you've purchased that you've been like, damn, I wish I didn't buy this crappy thing?
Let's see.
And on the converse, is there something you're like, everybody needs to buy this?
Let me see which. There's some VSTs, and I'm just like, why the heck did I buy it for? Like that drip plug-in. I'm not gonna lie. Like why? But that was like, it's all right. I mean, it does what it does.
He's got a good sales pitch. Is that Kyle Beats? I think that's Kyle Beats, if I remember right.
Yeah, it's Kyle Beats.
He's got a good sales pitch.
I'm not gonna say don't buy it or buy it. It's up to you. Everybody has their preferences.
Yep, true. What's one plugin you like can't live without? And you're like, I use those all the time.
Portals. Portals is what I use.
Portals. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Portals
Cool.
is stuff.
I've had we did a lot of these Heatwave spotlights last year, and somebody else said Portals. I don't remember who, but that's the second time I've heard that recommendation. So anybody out there listening, I would take that to heart. It might be something you want to look into for Black Friday. What you should do is put it in the cart, leave it alone,
Yep.
wait for that coupon, wait for that Black Friday discount, and then stack them.
Yep.
All right.
That's the best thing to do. He said, what did he say? What's the most challenging thing as a producer? Trying to find your sound and trying to find like when you do battles, like that's the hardest thing because there's two ways of either playing to the judges or being yourself so authentically like yourself that they can't deny that it's you. Like, but you got to come right. Like, if you're gonna go to somebody's house, you better be wearing a suit. Just don't be wearing a suit. You better wear that suit.
No, that makes a lot of sense. It's a whole other art to battle beats, but it's gonna make you a better producer for everything else. Like, if you create the right battle beat, to win something like Fresh Produce, it just makes you that much better of a producer, and it's a great way to challenge yourself, right?
Yeah, it pushes you to push your creativity to the max as far as you can go with it, and it forces you to learn new things. Like, why does it not sound like this? Why does it sound better this way? Why does it sound better that way? And if you try ask people questions, because you're not going to know everything. You will not know everything. There's so much stuff out there. You will not know everything. So I take any information that anybody gives to me. I'll take it and I'll try to run with it. Take the information, run with it, apply it. Don't just listen to them like, oh yeah, you should try using compression on that. Don't just say, oh, okay, I'll try it, and don't actually try it. Try to use the compression to the extreme. Try to use it as less as possible. Try to use it learn how every ins and out of it, and then move on to the next thing that you need to learn, because there's always something to learn.
That is correct. And I always have a philosophy to feedback. So, hold on, sorry, my eyes are watering. I'm trying to put my glasses back on. All right, there we go. I'm a mess. All right, feedback. I have two pieces of advice for feedback. Number one, pay attention to who the feedback's coming from. So if Deez Keyz is giving you some feedback and advice, listen. Right? Like if it's a producer you respect and think that they, are impressed with their production. And then number two, look at the amount of the same feedback you're getting. Like if 12 people say tune your 808s, you might want to tune your 808s, right? That type of thing.
Mhm.
All right, my eyes are watering. I don't know what's going on. I think that's a good time to get to the close of this interview. So I think it's because I've been staring at a screen for the past 12 hours because I work from home.
What kind of glasses do you got? Do you have blue filter on
No, I
them?
don't.
Get that, and it'll help your eyes out a lot.
All right, see, piece of advice from Deez Keyz. I'm gonna listen. So when I go to the optometrist, I'm gonna see if he can hook me up with that.
Yeah, just get the blue light filter. It's too much stuff going into your eyes at once.
Yeah.
Or you can, if you're on a Windows machine, I have mine turned into like an amber color.
Uh-huh.
It's more relaxing for the eyes because having this blue light is very intense for your eyes.
Okay. I will do that. I'm actually going to the optometrist early next year, so I'm gonna see if he can hook that up.
Hmm.
All right, so let me just bring up a couple things real quick. This is a Heatwave event. If you are not part of the Heatwave music group, join. Just look it up on Facebook, Heatwave Music Group. We have Hotspot on Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, where you can submit your beat with no tags. And then you get rated from a 1 to 10. Everybody who gets mostly 10s will go into the VIP, and then they'll choose like a best beat of the night, and you can win a cash prize for that. And then there's back-to-back on Saturday nights where they'll play, a couple of your songs in a row, and you can showcase not only beats but songs as well. And that's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time as well. And then that email address right there, heatwavesubmissions@gmail.com. That's where you submit it. Just put in the subject line if you're submitting for a hotspot or if you're submitting for back-to-back. All right, cool. Well, Deez Keyz, is there anybody you want to shout out or any parting thoughts that you want to leave?
Hmm. No, there's really nothing else I have to say. I'm saying, yeah, I see Boominati up in the chat.
All right.
He's the one he's the one that got me into battles and like throwing me in the weirdest situations, getting in these Twitch battles.
Well, he recognized talent and was like, you should be in there, get your name out there, and who knows, maybe you find some dope ass like rappers or singers to work with,
Oh
and
yeah, there's a lot
you
of them out there.
you create a new sound and you blow up, right? I mean, why not?
Hmm.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, well, I appreciate your time. It's been one of the best interviews we've ever had. You dropped a lot of gems. We appreciate it. That's pretty much it. My
All
eyes
right.
are burning, so I think I'm gonna call this one.
Yep, time to rest your eyes. Just put a towel over your eyes and relax.
All right, cool.
All
Well,
right.
to everybody out there, by the way of the wave, we'll